let's talk about Overlord, the premium booster set. So we did talk about this in a previous live stream, an episode of This Week in Weiss Schwarz, but I'm just gonna recap on a couple of things. All right, Overlord, the premium booster set is out on November 28th, the day I come back from Japan. Damn it, won't be able to pick any up. It is going to be out on November 28th. As you can see here, we do have some early, quote, early reveals for Overlord. We did talk about them previously, but I want to talk mainly about these cards right now, the OLR cards. So as you can see right over here, but if you can't read Japanese, don't worry, I'll just translate it for y'all. So right here are a list of 18 cards. These 18 cards are from the previous Overlord sets. I did mention that Overlord recently was released. We had, I believe it was Overlord Volume 2. So these cards right here that are in blue are reprints of previous Overlord sets. Unfortunately, or fortunately, depending on your point of view of reprints, some of these cards are from the recently released set, which are right here. Now, the only difference is that they're going to keep the name. They're just going to have new art. So the 4 name rule still applies. And if you're more of a visual learner, here are some of the cards that are getting reprinted. As you can see from just this screen, cards that are, like, I would say staples in Overlord, especially that 3-2 Albedo. Here's a couple more. And yeah, the climax combos from the previously released set are in here, are getting reprinted already. There's the 3-2 Albedo that you run in your standby deck. There is the 1-0 Shaltear, that the door that you run, and there is some, oh man, the 2-1 rest counter, I believe. Yeah, the 2-1 rest counter is getting reprinted. This is the 3rd reprint that it is getting. Those are the cards that are getting reprinted. As you can see, there's a 2-1 rest counter. All of the art is art from the light novel from Overlord, drawn by Sobin, and his art is amazing. Yeah, very strong and playable cards. Extremely strong. Getting reprinted, which is good in a sense as to if you want to play the game, this is great. If you're more so like trying to hold value on cards, obviously reprints are going to knock down the pricing on certain cards that you have. But if you're just trying to play the game, trying to get these cards, especially cards that, as friend of the channel Lance Links mentioned, very strong cards, playable cards, cards that you might have missed during the original printing, this is great for you because you have access to the cards. Kind of. Now these are the higher rarities, and from what I gather, because it's not exactly clear, it looks like the higher rarities, the OLR cards, are only coming in OLR form. There's no base rarity version of them because they already have the base rarity version. That is what it seems, but we actually don't know until we get more of the base rarity cards, which we have been getting, I believe some. The cards that we're going to look at are cards that were revealed during the Weiss Schwarz live stream, during a Weiss Schwarz live stream. With the reprints out of the way, let's look at some cards. Let's start off with the SEC cards, which are these ones right over here. So here is Ainz. It's a 2-2, and it does look like he has a standby. Here's the base rarity, Ainz. This card states that if all of your characters are Grotesque or Nazarick, which is the set trait, this gains the following 2 abilities. During your turn, this card gains 3k power, and character discard Encore. So he's obviously going to be your standby target. So he's going to be at, what, 8, 9, 10, 11k base during your turn, which is solid. Really, really solid. Very, very solid. And then when this card is placed on stage by the effect of a standby, if you have 2 or more other Grotesque, Race, or Nazarick characters, top check 3 cards from the top of your deck and put them back in any order. Whoa. Okay. All right. Now here's the thing. When it is placed on stage by the effect of a standby, so that means you could play the standby, call him out, top check 3, rearrange in any order. Or you can trigger it, standby the Ainz, because he's still technically called on the stage by that standby effect. You could still top check 3, rearrange. That's super solid. If you trigger it, I think that is extremely solid. And especially if you trigger it last, get those cancels. Get those cancels in. Very nice. I like it. Dang. I really like it. And here is an Albedo The world is all yours, Albedo. So this card states at the beginning of your climax phase, if this card is rested, send this to memory. If you do, at the start of your next draw phase, choose this card and play it on stage in any slot. And then pay 1, tap self, brainstorm for each climax hit, top check 3, add a card. Okay. So there are some, at least now there are a decent amount of cards that like pop characters on board. So you can, savor, because it's at the start of your climax phase. If this card is rested, you can send this to your memory. I think I like it, although I think it would be better if it was like at the end of your attack phase or at the beginning of your encore step. Actually, wait, I think I see what they're trying to do. I think it's brainstorm. You activate the brainstorm, pay 1, tap self, do the top check 3, hit. If you hit, top check 3, add a card. Proceed to your climax phase, send this to your memory, and that leaves a slot open for a standby target to be tossed in the back row. At the start of your next draw phase, you could play her on board if you want to, or you could just like keep her in your memory. Yeah, it frees up a standby slot. I personally would like it if it was like if you play a climax, bounce this card back into your hand. Personally, I would have liked that a lot better, but I still see the utility. Although also you memory compress, which I believe the previous Overlord decks, correct me if I'm wrong, like rely on heavy compression. Like this is just another card that gets sent to your memory, which if my memory does not fail me, then that's extremely good. That is extremely good. All right, Overlord top tier once again, I guess. All right, let's talk about this Ainz, which does look like he interacts with a choice. When your other yellow or set trait character attacks, this card gains 2k power. So he can be at 4k 5 and then 6k 5 if he's attacking last. And then if you play a choice, he is going to be at 7k 5 if he attacks last with all your characters swinging. That's decent, I guess. It's 2k 5 is going to be dead on board at the end of your at the start of your opponent's next turn. And then at the end of this card's attack, if you have 6 or less cards in your hand, you can send 1 climax with the choice trigger from your climax area to the waiting room. If you do, top check 3 cards from the top of your deck, choose a yellow or set trait character among them, show it to your opponent, add it to your hand, send the rest to the waiting room. What? Okay, I gotta see all the choice cards. I gotta see the choice. We're gonna have to open up another tab, and then we're gonna have to see what the choices are. And oh yeah, and on top of that, he does have a soul trigger. So if you are like, oh no, like I have to send something, like this is like meant for choice, 100%. Demiurge, is that the guy's name? Yeah, Demiurge is the choice. Been a while since I've been to a stream. I took a break, but it's time to get back to some Weiss for some BCS season. Ugh. The worst season, BCS. All right, so yeah, it looks like the Demiurge is holding on to the choice. And this does have a soul trigger. Dude, this is solid. This is pretty solid for a choice support. And on top of that, like, if you do attack with this last, you're going to pop your climax anyway. Like, you'll be golden there. And it's any choice. It's not, like, restricted to anything. That's pretty good. That's pretty solid. Here is a green Ainz. So this card, here's the base rarity art. Dude, the art's so good. The art is amazing. This card states, this card cannot side attack. If all of your characters are green or set trait, this gains 2k power. And that is all in one effect. If you're running all green, this is more for an all Ainz deck, like the previous deck that we have, the one that has been getting some slight tops here and there. This one is more towards like Demiurge deck. And then when this card is reversed, if all of your characters are green or set trait, reveal the top card of your deck. If it's the level 2 or lower character, level 2 or lower, send it to your stock. Level 2 or lower, brother. Oh, it has to be character. Hey, that's fine. Well, okay, hold up. If you are running the level 1 event, which obviously you are, it's the deck, that could trip you up. Because that is an event. This is a level 2 or lower character. Oh man, I was about to say this thing is busted. Although it is still kind of busted. Super solid stock acceleration, especially because I believe those goats are a pay 1. Stock acceleration, 3k5 beater as well. Dude, this is solid. 4 of. Automatic 4 of. And that is lunch boxes. Lock of the week. Watch me be wrong. Super solid. I love that. I love that. Y'all hear the dogs barking in the background? Let me know if you do. I'll bring one in. Oh, wait, I don't have a camera. Never mind. All right, here's an Albedo. We got a new 1-0. All right, here's the base rating. Ba-bam. Oh, so cute. Yeah, I like this art. I'll take one, please. If you have 2 or more other characters, set trait characters, this gains 2k power. So she is going to be at 5k5. And, ooh, climax combo. When you play the certain standby, this card gains 2k5 power and the following ability. 2k5? Okay, so that's going to be 3k5, 5k5, 6, 7k5. The base rarity art so much better. Yeah, I love that smile. 7k5, I believe, right? Am I doing my math right? 8k. Oh, 8k. My bad. 8k power. On reverse. Top check 3. Add a character. Put the rest back on top in any order. What? What? Are you crazy? Are you crazy? Top check 3. Add a character. Add back in any order? Brother. That is nuts. Oh yeah, run this one. Run this one. The other standby, the original standby, pretty good, pretty solid. Yeah, stock and trigger manipulation. You choose what to trigger, essentially. You choose what to trigger. I don't want this in my stock, so I'm going to use this next card. That's really good. And on top of that, you get to add, a character, which is, pretty good. 8k power, most likely you will be reversing something. Most likely you will be reversing something. And what's really good is that standby, one of their biggest weak points is the lack of soul rushing, because it doesn't give it power. So doing the trigger manipulation, choosing what to trigger, you can't soul rush your opponent. You can try to soul rush your opponent. Oh man, dude, this set is nuts. The SP Albedo, a new level 3. Dude, how many level 3s does Albedo have? Here's the base rarity art. Beautiful. Amazing card. I think I like the base rarity art more just because it's a little more zoomed out. But that's just me. That's just me. The last one. This one. Look at that smile. That smile will haunt my dreams. Whose SIG is that? That is the... Okay, so the signatures, actually, I think I've mentioned it earlier in the stream. Forgive me if I haven't. The signatures are actually only Sobin, who's the artist, and the writer. So the artist is the Sobin one, and the writer is the not Sobin one. Those are the only two. There's no sign card of the VAs. So here's Albedo. When this card is placed on stage by the effect of the standby, choose one character in your waiting room, add it to your hand. And again, you can play the standby or trigger the standby to get this effect. Okay, sure. Why not? I'm not even going to question it. At the start of your encore step, if you have the standby climax in play, choose one of the following 2 effects. Pay 1 heal, or pay 2 ditch 1. If this card's in your front row, pay cost, burn 2. If it canceled, burn 1. Ooh, I kind of like that too. Pay 2, ditch 1, burn 2. If it canceled, burn 1. And that's at the start of your encore step. So it's after you swing in everything. So you could peck for damage, burn 2. Can be lethal. Burn 2, reaches for damage. And like I mentioned, it's at the encore step. So you're going to attack. Encore step. You're going to have at least 3 stock to get this effect off. Really good. Oh my goodness. Dude, Overlord's going to be top tier again. All right, here is Shaltear. All right, here's the Shaltear. 1 single effect. And we do not have the base rarity version. But there she is. Kind of cute. Kind of angry. Cute and angry. When this card is sent from the stage to the waiting room, you could pay 1 top deck clock. Top check 2 cards from the top of your deck. Add up to 2 characters. Send the rest to the waiting room. Okay. Stage to waiting room. Pay 1 top deck clock. Top check 2. Add up to 2 characters. Really standard. This is more of like the traditional effect, if you know what I mean. The new power corrupt one is that when it's sent to the waiting room, you could pay 1, grab a card from your waiting room, and put it onto your clock, the bottom of your clock. So that way, like, you're not getting this. There's no surprise aspect of like, oh, am I gonna clock a climax? Am I gonna clock a character that I need? It's still good though. Still pretty good. Here's another Shaltear. Oh my god, wait, this is on a choice? Oh, hey. Let's see how well it synergizes with the Ainz over here, because this is on a choice, and we're almost done too. During your turn, if you have 2 or more other grotesque race or Nazareth characters with set trait, this card gains 4k power. So during your turn, 4k power. So she is going to be at 1, 2, 3, 4, 6k5. 6k5. And yes, she does have a soul trigger. Sorry, does that say heal 1? When this card attacks, if you have the choice climax in play, if you have 6 or less cards in your hand, top check 3 cards from the top of your deck, choose a character among them, show it to your opponent, add it to your hand, send the rest to the waiting room. And this turn, this card gains the following ability. Once per turn. When this card's damage is canceled, you can heal 1? What? When this card's damage is canceled, heal 1. And it does have a soul trigger, so you could send this over to your stock. So when your opponent attacks this card, if you cancel, you heal. What? What? If they cancel, you heal. Wow. It's her Life Siphon Lance. Thank you, Bushy Road. This is flavor. That is flavor. Oh my goodness. Very lore accurate. Yeah. Evil Eye 3/2. If you have 3 or more characters, this card gains 4k power and the following ability. During this card's battle, when the damage you take is not canceled, choose 1 card in your waiting room, send it to the bottom of your stock. Okay, so when you take damage, you gain a stock. On play, heal, and climax combo. On attack, if you have the gate in play, burn 1. Then you could pay 3, ditch 1, burn 2. What? Hey, that's actually kind of good. That's actually kind of good. The pay 3, ditch 1 is kind of steep. I mean, because you get a free burn 1 on attack. Yeah, that's not bad. And also, like, there's like so many other stuff. And oh wait, it's only at 6k5? So 3 or more will be at 10k5, plus climax will be 11k5. So it's not the strongest thing in the world. Not the strongest thing in the world. And the last card is a new 3/2. This is Antilene. I said that so wrong. If you have a certain character in your level zone that we do not have early play, and then if you have 3 or more characters, this card gains 4k power and the following ability. On attack, top to 2 cards from the top of your deck, put them back in any order. Hey, that's pretty good. Oh, she's only at 6k5? So she's going to be at 10k5. 10k5 early play with on attack, top check 2, rearrange them in any order. And then on play, ditch a card, stock, heal. Hey, these cards are pretty good. All right. These Overlord cards are like surprisingly really good. Although not surprisingly, I shouldn't say that. Overlord has consistently been an extremely strong set, and this is just more of that. Do I think Overlord is going to be another top tier contender? Maybe. Like, these cards are... Overlord is still extremely strong, especially like in the English meta. I'm expecting to get this set as well in English. This is great. These cards are so good. They're very fun. I love these cards. Well, better dig out that Overlord deck.